we're going to look at systems of inequalities. First step is you rewrite each inequality in slope-intercept form. Second step, graph each inequality on the same coordinate plane. Third step, find each line, decide between solid or dashed. If you look over here, here's your rules. Less than, you'll have a dash. Greater than, you'll have a dash. Less than or equal to, you'll have solid. And greater than or equal to, you'll have solid. For each line, decide where to shade above or below. If it's greater than, you're going to shade it above. If it's less than, you're going to shade it below. If you notice the left half of this over here, less than, you're going to shade below. Greater than, you're going to shade above. Find where the shaded region intersect. Make that area darker than the rest. This represents the solution set. Alright, we're going to do an example right quick. Graph the systems of inequalities. Notice that these both have already been solved for y. And we know the first inequality here is solid and above, and the second inequality is also solid and above. So our first inequality, we're going to graph it. We know our b here, -3, and our m is 1. So I'll go down to -3, and we're going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, over 1, down 1 over 1. And we know that it's a solid line, and we know we've already stated it's shaded above it. So draw lines, because we still got to graph another one. Alright, so our second equation. In our second equation, we know that our b is -1, and our m is -1 as well. So we'll start at -1. Alright, then we're going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and you know it's a negative slope, so it's going down. And then we know it's a solid line as well. Alright, and we know it's shaded above. And so we see that it's crossing in this section right here. So we're going to color that in darker. So every answer in that section will satisfy our systems of equations. Alright, let's look at the next example. This example we had to change from standard form to slope-intercept form. So my first one, I just subtracted x from each side. And I got y is greater than -x plus 2. I said dashed and above because it doesn't have an equal to sign. And our second equation, I subtracted 2x, and then I divided by -1. And when I divide with a negative, I have to flip my sign. And that'll be y is less than 2x minus 1. And that's also dashed and below. So I can graph both of my equations. My first equation here, my b is 2, my m is -1. So I'm going to graph it. Alright, so I start at 2. Go down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Okay. Up 1 over 1. Alright, we know it is a dashed line. And it's shaded above. Alright, my second one, we know is 2x minus 1, so on this one, my b is -1 and my m is 2, so I'm going to start at -1, go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2/1. It is a dashed line as well, but this one is shaded below. And notice that it crosses in this section right here, so I'm going to shade that in. Those are our solutions. Alright, so the other